The trail camera footage was only 43 seconds long. Well, but it was enough to make 3 geologists quietly cancel their flights home. 3 weeks ago, a rural farming community in northern Montana woke up to a sound they described as a low, sustained hum, followed by a crack so loud it shook windows across 4 neighboring properties. By morning, a crater roughly 8 feet wide sat at the edge of a wheat field. Local news called it a meteorite impact. Geologists were already packing their bags to investigate, but then something strange happened. The object moved, not rolled, not shifted due to terrain. It moved deliberately, about 2 feet to the left over the course of 6 hours, as documented by a trail camera mounted on a nearby fence post. The footage circulated online almost immediately and racked up millions of views before anyone had any real answers. Now here is where it gets genuinely fascinating, because the scientific community did not dismiss this. They leaned in hard. A team from the University of Montana arrived on site within 48 hours. What they found sitting in that crater was not a typical chondrite or iron meteorite. The object had an irregular surface, roughly the size of a basketball, with a dark, glassy exterior consistent with ablation during atmospheric entry. That part tracked, but the interior composition was unusual. Preliminary field analysis flagged elevated levels of certain metallic compounds not commonly found in standard meteorite classifications. Here is the part that quietly rewrote the conversation. Some researchers proposed that what the community witnessed was not a traditional space rock at all, but potentially a fragment of a defunct satellite or untracked orbital debris that had partially melted and cooled during re-entry, creating an exterior nearly indistinguishable from a natural meteorite. The movement, they suggested, could be explained by outgassing, a documented phenomenon where trapped volatile materials inside a heated object slowly release and propel it across the surface. That explanation is scientifically plausible. And yet, the trail camera footage shows no visible gas release, no steam, no jet effect. The movement appears smooth and continuous rather than reactive. Independent analysts who reviewed the footage publicly noted these inconsistencies without drawing dramatic conclusions. They simply said the outgassing explanation needs more evidence to hold. What makes this story extraordinary is not one single detail. It is the collision of multiple strange elements arriving together. An object that behaves unlike known meteorites. Movement that defies the simplest explanation. A community of witnesses who are not seeking fame, just answers. The investigation is ongoing. Samples have been sent to 3 separate labs for full spectral analysis. Results are expected within the next few weeks. And this is where the psychology of discovery becomes so powerful. We want a clean answer. Either it is mundane space debris with weird behavior, or it is something that forces us to rethink our categories entirely. The discomfort lives in the middle, in the waiting, in the not knowing. Whatever this object turns out to be, the Montana crater story is already doing something important. It is reminding us that the sky above us is not fully mapped, not fully understood, and not finished surprising us. Stay curious. More updates as this develops.